Today, it's about a group of death and more.
Welcome to the Plot Malaysia.
Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our 49th episode. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans!
Woohoo! Woohoo! Whoa, my goodness, I've never enjoyed my sleepless night as much as last night because
yes.
I have to say it was amazing. We saw the group of death in action. What amazing results it came out with. And we saw Spain running rampant yesterday, Harry. Why not? Tell us what's going on today, man. Over to you, man.
Oh, man, Ram. Well, Ram, the thing with the group of death normally, right? Every major tournament, they have a group of death. Many a times, it doesn't live up to the billing.
Yeah.
Right? It disappoints. But my God, this group of death lived up to every minute, lived up to the billing, and it was such a brilliant group. I didn't even feel sleepy. It was entertaining till the last minute, and you didn't know which team was going to finish in what position till the very last minute. That's what was so special about yesterday's fixtures. But we've got to start by talking about the Group E before we go to the group of death. Group E, which were the earlier fixtures of the day yesterday, and there's no other place to start than to start with the rampant Spanish, the boys from Barcelona, the boys from Espanyol.
Espanyol, cerveza. They drank a lot of cerveza.
Vinos
They got
tintos.
the energy.
Yes, what a performance from Spain. They finally turned up. They needed a bit of a helping hand, to be honest, to get their first goal. You could see their confidence in front of goal was low. They had a penalty. They missed a penalty. Morata missed a penalty. So their confidence in front of goal has been low. I think they've missed 2 penalties now in the last 2 games. But they needed a helping hand. And Dubravka basically just punched the ball into his own net. But
literally
helping hand. Literally helping hand. But after that, you could see their confidence went up a couple of notches, and then they just took Slovakia apart. Basically, I'm very, very impressed with Spain yesterday. What impressed you about Spain, Ram?
The goals, Hari. You talk about Spain not really playing fast. You talk about Spain being very slow with their approach and predictable most of the time. But yesterday they showed a different class. They were just going all out, scoring goals for fun. And I must say, all 5 goals. Of course, except for the goalkeeper helping out the first goal. I think
there were 2 goals there. There were 2 goals, own goals in there. Sorry, yeah.
Yes, two own goals, but the rest of the goals were just magnificent. You've got both the Torreses scoring, and of course, it's very, very, very interesting. I think Slovakia was shocked. They were stunned. They thought that probably they're going to be able to salvage something out of this one, but the Spain just ran riot, man. They just ran riot. I just want you to talk about it more, man. Go for it.
Listen. I think Luis Enrique made a subtle change yesterday. He changed a couple of his defenders. I think he obviously brought in Eric Garcia in defense. One of the key changes he made to the starting lineup was he brought in Sarabia into the starting lineup to play wide on the right. The PSG player, and I thought he made a big difference. He also went a bit more direct in the sense that they were still keeping the ball, Spain, but there was more penetration. There was more speed about their play. They were getting it forward a lot faster than just keeping it in the middle of the park for very long. And I think that helped their play. They were able to get in behind. Jordi Alba was getting in behind on the left from left back. Sarabia was prominent throughout the game, brilliant on the right. It was his shot that hit the bar, from which the keeper put the ball into his own net. He's the one who scored the goal as well, the third goal. Great goal from Sarabia. And he also assisted Ferran Torres' goal, Sarabia. So
Yep. Yep.
very influential game being brought into the starting lineup. So I mean, I think that was some good changes made by Luis Enrique, and it worked. But I've got to
Yep.
say, for me, the stand. I mean, Ferran Torres came on, great effect. First touch, backheeled into the net. I mean, Adama Traore finally got some minutes. Thiago Alcantara got some minutes off the bench. So it was all round good for Spain. They were able to play some of their squad players as well. But I thought the standout player yesterday was an 18-year-old player from Barcelona, who is, to me, the next
Pedri.
Iniesta. He's the
Yep.
next Andres Iniesta. Pedri. What a player,
Yes.
man. For 18 years old, so calm, keeps the ball, but also plays through the lines, plays penetrative balls into the attackers. He was influential throughout the game. I think for the second goal, he was influential for the fourth goal when he played Sarabia in to play Torres in. I think Pedri was outstanding, and he is such a good player, real player to watch for the coming years. He is the second coming of Andres Iniesta. Big shoes to fill, and I know I might be hammered for this, but I think he is the next Andres Iniesta for Spain and Barcelona. Outstanding player, and yeah, Spain are back rampant, and it's only good for this tournament now to have a good Spain is going to
Yes.
make the knockout rounds brilliant.
Yep, absolutely, Harry. I think, personally for me, I think Luis Enrique was tuning into the plot yesterday.
Yes,
And he listened to us. So I think,
I mean,
Luis, good job to you. Let us be your advisors moving forward. Any questions
yes,
you have, any doubts you have, please give us a call. We're just one call
yes,
away.
exactly.
We'll answer all your questions, and yeah, keep watching. Good job, Luis. Well done, well done. Keep it up.
Listen to the plot, Malaysia, Lewis, all the time. But yeah, I mean, he didn't completely listen. I wanted Adama Traore to start, but well, he didn't do that. But he started
Yeah,
Sarabia, which was
yeah,
also similar to that because Sarabia is also a direct player. He's quick, and that's
yeah.
what this Spanish team needed. They needed someone quick, someone to play more direct, run at defenders. And I think that worked out really well for them. Gerard Moreno started again. He was influential, set up the second goal for Laporte
Yep.
as well. So, I mean, fair play. Spain were brilliant. Slovakia, what can you say? They're going home. Bye-bye, Slovakia.
Bye bye,
Um,
Slovakia. Good run of games.
very,
Well done to you.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, they got a result. They beat Poland, but then I thought they were
Yep.
poor again, really, really poor against Spain. They had 0 shots on target. And
Yep.
that's what Spain can do to you, right? Which is why I think they're going to be such a threat moving forward in this tournament because now they've found their scoring boots. The
Yep.
problem in the previous games was they were creating some chances. They were a bit slow, creating some chances, but not taking the chances because they were not clinical in front of goal. But they were
Correct.
keeping the ball and they were stopping the opposition from creating chances because they keep the ball for 80, 90% of the time. Now that they have got their scoring boots, they're more clinical. I think they're going to be very dangerous because they'll keep the ball and they will also score and they'll prevent the opposition having the ball. So,
I,
I mean, tougher tasks lie ahead for Spain, obviously, and we'll talk about it later. But good. Good finish to the group stages and well done, Spain.
well done to Spain. Absolutely amazing. Good to see them as well. Playing so well and scoring 5 goals. I think they are the ones who have scored the most goal in one game. All the other teams have. I think maximum was 4. I think Spain is the one that scored 5 in one game.
Yes.
So they look like. I mean, all of the doubts that we had about Spain has just gone out the window. That's good. It has to be that way. It's good, and we saw Spain just turn on the style yesterday. Maybe
I
because
mean, I
it was
mean,
against against
yeah,
Slovakia,
exactly.
so you never know. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can hype things up too much because it was against a very poor Slovakia team, but it seems like Spain are peaking at the right time. And I think in tournament football like that, you've got to peak at the right time. There's no point starting fast and then, falling down a cliff throughout the tournament. Spain look like they're peaking at the right time. So let's see how they go against the mighty Croatians next. But Ram, we've got to move on. Next game in the group. This game was the best game of the group, in my opinion.
Oh wow,
Outstanding game.
wow.
Outstanding game of football. Take it away, man. Any thoughts on the game, Ram?
All I can say is Lewandowski hit the post twice in successive seconds. That was okay. I feel so bad for Lewandowski, man. I mean, he had everything right. He hit the ball correctly. The ball was the goalward, but hit the post twice. That could have been an outstanding goal as well.
Yep.
But Lewandowski was the only player that I mean, of course, there were a few other players that stood out, but I think he was the one that carried Poland somewhere in the game. He took a lot of it on his shoulders. He scored 2 goals, and I think the Swedes. We have to talk about the Swedes, Harry. I think they were outstanding. Emil Forsberg, what a player he has been for Sweden, and I think a lot of clubs are looking at him because he's a top class finisher. Based on yesterday's game, he could really, 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 score lots of goals. I think he's going to be the one to watch in the tournament as well for Sweden. Again, we are saying that as well. Again, every single time, every single episode, there's always a player to watch. But apart from that, I think it made that game special because Sweden were leading 2-0. And of course, Poland came back 2-2. And with stoppage time remaining, Sweden steal the winner. I think this is the kind of football matches we want to see that will keep us at our seats, at the edge of our seats, just not knowing what's going to happen throughout the game. But overall, I think the Swedes, were just far better than the Polish. That's what I feel. What about you, Harry?
I'm going to speak about Poland first. I thought yesterday was their best game. They showed a lot of heart, desire in that second half, especially. They were 1-0 down, and then they went 2-0 down, even though they were dominating the game. And many teams would crumble, but they kept going. They showed a lot of spirit to come back, to bring it back to 2-2. I mean, you've got to say, I think the debate is over. The debate about who's the best striker in the world. Is it Harry Kane or Lewandowski? I mean, based on this tournament, you can see Lewandowski is miles better than Harry Kane. He's carried this Poland team, their talisman, and he carried them yesterday and almost got them. They were very close to qualifying. Another goal, and they could have gone through. And it was all because of Lewandowski. He was carrying them single-handedly. The goal he scored, the first goal, was outstanding. I mean, if not for some of the other world-class goals we have seen so far, it would be another contender for goal of the tournament. Brilliant hit.
His goal was like almost the same as Perisic's goal, for Croatia. Very similar.
Yeah, brilliant. Got the ball, bend it into the far corner. Just top-class striking play, right? Clinical. And I think that debate is over. Lewandowski is the best striker in the world. Harry Kane doesn't come close to him, in my opinion, at least. And I mean, he carried the team. So fair play to the Poles because they made it a very interesting game. And right till the very end, they had a chance. But it was all because of their fighting spirit in that second half. Now, we've got to talk about Sweden. You are right there, Ram. I always felt that Sweden have always been a very defensive team. They just defend and then they hit on the break. They play very defensive football. And that's what they did in the first 2 games as well. They did the same yesterday. They got an early goal. One thing about the Swedes, they're very clinical. They get a chance, they score. So they got an early goal through Forsberg and then they defended really well, defended deep really well. But then they have, the one thing the Swedes have going for them is they have phenomenal strikers, in my opinion. Of course, Forsberg is an attacking midfielder, but he's brilliant. He's got 3 goals for them already. Top scorer for them in the tournament. And he's a joint top scorer in the tournament as well. But up top, they have Isaac, who's a brilliant striker. He keeps the ball. They call him the next Ibrahimovic. He keeps the ball. He's really good with dribbles. He was brilliant again. And yesterday, they brought on their ace card, Sweden. So, guys, watch out for this player. Keep a lookout for this player in the knockout rounds because he has been injured in the first 2 games. He was back yesterday. They brought him off the bench and he got 2 assists. The moment he came on, he kept holding the ball. He was getting past people, very skillful, setting up. He set up 2 goals for Sweden, for Forsberg and the last goal. And his name is Dejan Kulusevich.
Yes,
Dejan Kulusevich, only 21 years old. He plays for Juventus. He's an outstanding prospect, a really good player actually already. And he came on and made a big difference. I think he starts along with Isaac in the next game. And then they will have 2 proper strikers. They play a 4-4-2. They defend really well. And then they know they can hit teams on the break because they've got 2 dynamic strikers in Isaac and Kulusevich. Both can hold the ball up. Both can get past people. Both can run the channels. And then Forsberg in behind them, who's a clinical finisher. So I think Sweden... I'm not a big fan of the football they might play, but they've got dangerous strikers and they're a dangerous team because they keep clean sheets in general. They're really solid defensively. And on the break, they've probably got 2 or 3 of the best strikers in the tournament.
Absolutely, Harry. I just wanted to say this. You talked about the debate being over, between Lewandowski and Harry Kane.
Yeah, your boy, Harry Kane.
Absolutely agree with you. All Harry Kane needs is a cane, or should I say a rotan, to whoop his ass. That's all he needs, to wake up.
Get him into shape, man. Yeah.
Get him into shape. Yeah, he can't even run as fast. He needs a proper whack to gallop like a horse. I think Lewandowski was brilliant. No questions there. He's got, I think, what, 3 goals so far. His third goal of the competition, I believe, and
Yes, Lewandowski joint top scorer. Yep.
joint top scorer. No, I think
Oh,
Ronaldo is top
Ronaldo.
scorer now.
Ronaldo is top. Ronaldo is top now. My mistake. Ronaldo
Yeah,
got two
yeah.
goals yesterday, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, absolutely. So I think he's bowing out in style. The Poles are bowing out in style. They are able to score goals, but just not good enough. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because if anyone out there you think Harry Kane is still better than Lewandowski, you still don't agree with us. It's okay. It's fine. But I'm just giving you my opinion. Nothing will actually get Harry Kane scoring unless he gets a whack. He needs to be on the bench. He needs someone to come out for him. He needs to be scared of his position. Then maybe he will perform. That's all I wanted to say, Harry. Sorry, I took that moment away.
No, no problem, no problem. I mean, like I said, Poles were overall disappointing in the tournament, but at least they exited in style. They put a really good fight on yesterday, so fair play. Bye bye
Yeah.
Poland. We have to say bye bye Poland.
Bye bye.
But Sweden, like I said, experienced team, aging team, experienced team, but up front they've got young players. Forsberg, great player. He plays for Leipzig, but he's already 30 years old, so he may not get a big move again.
Yeah.
But really good player. But the two strikers up top there are players that big clubs will be looking at. Kulusevich and Isaac, guys, watch out
Yeah.
for them. And I think they're going to be getting big moves very soon. Kulusevich already plays for Juventus, so he might stay around and be a prominent player for them. But Isaac, I think, is due a big move very, very soon. Moving on,
Okay.
Ram, we have to spend time talking about the group of death.
Group
we've got to start,
of death.
and we've got to start with Germany and Hungary. Take it away, Ram.
Oh my goodness. The Hungarians were hungry, that's for sure. I can tell you that.
Oh my word.
They were absolutely, I don't know what went into them. They seemed like they were possessed, as if their stomachs were just hungry for food. They're just going all out. They wanted to make sure that they get those goals. And they did. I mean, I told you yesterday, Harry, it could be a possibility that Hungary might score first or something like that. I was holding on to that. I was like, yes, I got this prediction correct. But right at the end, of course, when Goretzka scored the equalizer. But I think, Hungary deserved a chance to go through. They deserved every bit of faith. Just that, I think the Germans just put a dagger to their hearts. I don't think the Germans played really well, in my opinion. I think they were expected to play better than what they did yesterday, of course. But I think the Hungarians were just too good. Can you imagine this, Harry? Watching the game, okay, you see Germany score an equalizer at 1-1. They bring back the scores to 1-1. And straight after kickoff, Hungary scores the second goal. I mean, it's all in a matter of 60 seconds, Harry. You let a goal down and then
from
you
the
score a
kickoff,
goal
right
to go
from
back.
the kickoff, yeah, right from the kickoff as well.
And that tells you one thing, guys. Hungary, they may not be a super footballing nation like Germany or any other teams, but if they could do that to a team like Germany straight from the kickoff and restore their lead, that just tells you how much they have put in, how much of heart and soul they have put into the game, how much they really wanted to even win this game. And they defended, of course, they tried their best to keep out the star players of Germany, but they did really well, in my opinion. I just feel so sorry for them. I feel so sad for them. I mean, if I was a Hungarian supporter, I would be really devastated. I mean, they had the chances. They just had that chance. See the way I'm talking about it, I feel so passionate about it. It's just so sad to see a team like that go down the way they did yesterday. Germany, well, expected to score 2 goals. They should have won the game, to be honest. But I think I think Germany have a tougher task ahead of them. I like to say that. Back to you, Harry.
They've got an easy task ahead of them. Anyway, I mean, first thing I want to do is I want to put my hands up, guys, and I want to apologize to any Hungarian supporters out there and fans out there, because at the beginning of the tournament I said there'll be whipping boys in this group, and well, they surprised me. They pushed Portugal all the way to the end. They got a draw against the world champions France, and then going into the final game, again I doubted them. I said the first 2 games Hungary were brilliant, but they were playing at home. Now they were going to play away in Munich against Germany, and they were going to get beaten badly. But guess what? Again, they were outstanding. what fight, what desire, what tactical brilliance. I mean, applause even for the manager, the tactical brilliance as well, because he defended brilliantly, but they also carried a threat whenever they attacked. But I mean, on the defensive side, I mean, Germany, I mean, I think I got carried away by Germany when they played Portugal and the way they tore Portugal apart, constantly creating chances. It was purely because they were attacking down the flanks, and Gosens and Kimmich were brilliant as right wing back and left wing back. They were brilliant. They were tearing Portugal apart down the flanks, and Portugal didn't adjust. Portugal's tactically were not sound enough on the day. I think they got their plan completely wrong. Hungary got their plan right. They stopped the wing backs completely. Gosens was poor yesterday because they stopped him playing, and they generally stopped Kimmich playing as well. And when they did that, you could see Germany didn't have anything else to offer. So that tells me that Germany are actually not a very good side in this tournament, because once they were able to shut down those wing backs, they didn't have very much to offer. They didn't create many chances at all. So for me, it was a poor German out, showing they've been quite poor apart from the Portugal game. And again, the other thing about Germany, so offensively not creating enough if you shut their wing backs down, and defensively they're conceding goals. I mean, they're playing against a Hungarian team that barely scores goals. That's defending most of the time. They conceded 2. They conceded 2 against Portugal. They conceded one against France. Portugal had more chances as well. So, I mean, defensively, they look like they can be got at. They look poor whenever you attack them. And offensively, I think if you shut the wing backs down, they don't seem to be very creative. They don't seem to have other ways to create chances. So I'm actually very concerned about Germany going into the knockout rounds. But I mean, first things first, Hungary, salute, guys. What a performance. Leaving with their heads held high, 2 draws against France and Germany, and narrowly losing to Portugal. A shout out to Adam Zalai, the captain yesterday. Yes. Brilliant header, and then a brilliant setup assist for the second goal as well. He was outstanding. He fought tooth and nail yesterday, even though you can see he's an aging player, but he gave it his all. The Hungarian team gave it their all. In the end, Goretzka came up with the equalizing goal, the second equalizing goal at the end. And also, I mean, that's a question mark, I think, for the German manager. I'm a big fan of Goretzka, but he didn't start the game. I think he should start the game, because in midfield, Germany play with Kroos and Gundogan. And they're both good. They both join in quite well the attack, but I think Goretzka is more dynamic than Gundogan, actually, if you ask me, because he can defend quite well, but he joins in the attack well. He scores goal, and he's bigger and stronger as well. I quite like. I mean, it's a very balanced. Some people like Gundogan as well, but I'm a bigger fan of Goretzka. I think he's got a lot more potential. His ceiling is higher for me. So, but yeah, I mean, Germany through, and it's going to be a very interesting second round tie. Ram, I know you're going to take a lot of interest in this tie. But yeah, Germany through, and well done, Hungary. Bye, Hungary.
But
you're leaving with your heads held high.
Heads held high. But I just wanted to say, Harry, you brought a very interesting point about how Goretzka can contribute, in the Germans' midfield. I think that's where the game can be won or lost, in this kind of tournaments, especially nowadays in modern football. You need a player like that, that can actually be physically strong, that can actually hold the play up. Gone were the days where you could have a midfield like Gianfranco Zola, no disrespect to him, okay? He's of course a phenomenal player, but gone were the days where you can have players like this that can possibly influence the game. Now you need a lot of, like you said, a lot more technical ability, about their physicalities and so on and so forth. So I hope, Joachim Low, he listens to us as well, just like how Luis Enrique did it. Listen to us, start with Goretzka, but please don't start Goretzka in the next round.
Well, one thing you got to say, right? I think this is where Hungary lost out, not because of anything else, but it came down to the squad depth, right? And you see, they were in such a tough group. They were against teams that had a very big squad and a strong squad. So against Portugal, they held out for so long, and then Portugal made substitutions, and that changed the game in the 80-something minute, because they had fresh legs and talented legs off the bench. The same with Germany yesterday. They brought Timo Werner off the bench. They brought Thomas Müller off the bench. They brought Jamal Musiala off the bench. They brought Goretzka off the bench, and that made the difference. Fresh legs, attacking players with a lot of quality, and the Hungarians just don't have that strength on the bench. That's what cost them at the end. So nothing to be ashamed of. Well played, Hungary. But yeah, we wish you a sayonara.
Yep.
Awesome. Moving on, Ram. Moving on. We have to talk about a classy game. Probably the I would say in terms of talent on the pitch, one of the best games of the tournament so far. One of the most high-profile games of the tournament so far, and it was in a capacity stadium in Budapest as well in Hungary, full stadium, which made it awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, we've got to talk about the European champions against the world champions, Portugal against France, a repeat of the Euro 2016 final
Yep.
as well. Yeah, I mean, great game, wasn't it, Ram?
Absolutely. I was totally, I was impressed by how both sides entered the game. You didn't see one team trying to be conservative than the other. You saw both sides having a go at it, and that's what you need to see in this kind of games. Where even though it may be a clash of the titans or in a group of death, you shouldn't be conservative. You should go all out, play as if it's a final game, and try to win as much as possible. So yeah, with for me, I just had to say, this man, although he's 36 years old, he doesn't look his age. Time and time and time again, of course, ex-United player, of course, that's why I'm going to talk about him. None other than Cristiano Ronaldo. What a show. Harry,
Yep.
two penalties, no doubt, but what a show from him. He was a captain. He rallied the side to victory. There were times where you noticed that the players were complaining, when they considered a penalty or when they were down. Ronaldo kept lifting their spirits up. That
Yep.
was good to see in the game.
Yep. Yep.
He kept saying, "No, keep going, calm down, don't worry, everything's going to be fine." So I think it's not just about how good is he as a player, but I think how good he was as a captain. Of course, he's matured over the age. How he actually brought that confidence to the team back to actually go back to score, the equalizing goal as much as possible. And as for France, what a play by Paul Pogba! I think he was brilliant.
Yep.
Definitely. I thought Benzema was outstanding yesterday.
Benzema was outstanding. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Outstanding. He's another player, although with age, he's doing really, really well. I think that's absolutely brilliant to see. I thought even, shit, I lost my chain of thought. Go, Harry, go for it. You tell me what you thought about the game and who you think stood
I
out
mean,
for
I mean, I
France
mean, I
and
think you're, I think, I
Portugal.
think you're right. I think Ronaldo. The thing about Ronaldo, even though he stopped goal scorer in the tournament, even though 3 of the 5 goals he scored are from penalties, but he just looks like a solid leader. He's a brilliant leader of that
Yeah,
team and a proper captain. And even though they're penalties, it's hard to score penalties in this tournament, as we have seen. There have been so many penalties missed. He scored 3 out of 3.
3 in 1 game. 3 in 1 game, man.
Oh no, not 3 in 1 game. Two today,
No,
and then
sorry.
1 the other day.
3 penalties were given in 1 game,
Oh,
man. That's something
overall in
I.
1 game. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but the fact that Ronaldo is scoring penalties is consistently as well. He doesn't miss them. He's got 5 goals in total. He was outstanding, I've got to say. I thought Portugal played well yesterday, and again,
Yeah.
Fernando Santos finally listened to us.
Oh,
We have been banging the drum about not playing Danilo and William Carvalho, 2 defensive midfielders together, because it slows the play down and makes them too defensive. What does he do? He takes William Carvalho out yesterday. We told him to put Renato Sanchez in. He did.
wow, yes, that is the player I wanted to say. That is him. That is his name, Renato Sanchez. I forgot to mention him. What
He was
he
outstanding.
he made N'Golo Kante fight yesterday, man. I mean, there was
Yeah.
a close fight between him and, of course, N'Golo Kante. I think he was absolutely amazing. So yes, I got back my chain of thought, guys. That's the player I missed out to talk about. Go for it,
Yeah.
Harry. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, Renato Sanchez keeps the ball really well, turns with the ball well, gets past people, and he made an impact in the first 2 games. And we've been crying out for it, and he finally listened to us. And what do you get? A far better Portuguese performance, a much better attacking display. And this is how they should play going forward. Renato Sanchez with Danilo. Renato Sanchez is more progressive, gets the ball, runs with the ball, keeps the ball, dribbles, plays progressive passes. Danilo holds the defense or sits back as a defensive midfielder. He also made another change. He brought in João Moutinho instead of Bruno Fernandes. I thought that was a great shout because as much as you're a United fan, Ram, you've got to admit Bruno Fernandes has been underwhelming in the tournament so far.
Yep.
João Moutinho yesterday was brilliant. Moutinho was so involved. He was brilliant yesterday. So I think the 2 changes made a huge difference. And Portugal suddenly looked like they were clicking. They were progressive. They were attacking, not just sitting back. And it was good to watch this Portugal. So great changes. Finally listening to us. Keep listening to us, Fernando Santos.
Exactly.
We've got your back.
Exactly, exactly. These kind of managers, when they turn on YouTube, they must be actually searching for the plot of plot Malaysia.
Yeah,
They don't want to say it in public, but we can tell you it's
yeah,
evident. So you guys should also continue to watch us. Keep your subscribes coming in. Keep your comments coming in. Let us know what you think.
yeah.
So that we can also hear your thoughts, and also mention in the next upcoming shows as well. That's interesting.
Exactly. I've got to mention one thing though about France. France, I thought I've not been impressed by France in the tournament so far. I think I've mentioned it before because with the
Yep.
talent that they have, I feel they should be more dominant. They've drawn 2 games out of 3. They should be attacking more, but they seem to be playing more on the counter attack. Yesterday in the first
Mhm.
half, they were really poor. They were just trying to counter through Mbappe, and he won a penalty
Yep.
that, in my opinion, shouldn't have been a penalty. I thought it
It's
was a
not a
very soft penalty.
penalty. It's not a penalty.
It's very, very soft. So I thought, I mean, I feel that France have a lot more to offer. They haven't been great so far, but I thought Benzema was great yesterday. His runs were brilliant. He's got 2 good goals, one from a penalty and one really good run and finish.
Yep.
But in my opinion, France have a lot more to offer, and I don't think they're doing enough. They're just too defensive. They haven't impressed me for the quality of squad that they have so far, and I think they might come unstuck in the next couple of rounds, in my opinion. But
Yep.
yeah, those are my thoughts on the game. Pogba did well, you've got to say. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, Griezmann, I've got to put a mention of Griezmann. I thought Griezmann was good because Griezmann
Yeah.
was coming back and defending as well, very hardworking. So for a team player, Griezmann was, I thought, brilliant yesterday. But
Yeah,
yeah,
his
nothing
link
else
up
to
play
say about
was
France.
his link up play was not too bad yesterday. I thought he was unselfish yesterday. He was not thinking about, okay, I want to score a goal. He was there, which was good to see. That of course he was not the best player on the pitch, but I think the others shined. And that was good to see. Yep. So let's
I
move. Let's
agree.
move on, Harry.
Yeah, very quickly, guys. Let's see how the tables finished yesterday. Group E, we had Sweden finish on top over Spain. So
Wow.
both of them qualified. Slovakia not enough to be one of the better placed place teams. So bye bye Slovakia and Poland. So
Yep.
first 2 qualified from this group, Sweden and Spain. Now the
Yep.
group of death finished with France on top.
Yep.
Germany in second spot. I mean, this was changing all the time yesterday, but this is how it finished. France on top, Germany in second. Portugal qualified as one of the better third place teams on 4 points. So yeah, those 3 teams are through. And like I said, bye-bye to the very brave and very valiant Hungarian team.
Yep.
Now,
Absolutely.
talking about the knockout rounds, Ram, let's do a very, very quick predictions from the both of us on the knockout
Yep.
round. So these are the brackets, guys. You can see the bracket
Yep.
on the left-hand side is a lot more tricky. It's such a
Yep.
difficult bracket, that one. But yeah, let's quickly go through around Belgium, Portugal. You pick a winner. We don't need a score. Just pick a winner.
Belgium, Portugal. I'll go with Belgium.
Wow. I think Portugal win that. Going to cause
Okay.
an upset, I think, and they win that. Italy, Austria. I say Italy.
Absolutely, Italy, 100%.
No doubts. France, Switzerland.
France, I think France will definitely ace this one for sure.
I think Switzerland is a good side, but I think France will win this. They got too much quality.
Yep.
This one's very
Yep.
interesting. Croatia, Spain.
Yep. I'm going to go with Croatia, Harry.
Wow. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with Croatia on this one as well because Spain keep the ball
Ah.
really well from teams. But I
Mm-hmm.
think against Croatia, they will not have that advantage because Croatia's midfield is brilliant and they know how
Yep.
to keep the
Absolutely.
ball with
Yep.
Modric, etc. So I just think they will keep the ball quite a bit as well. I'm fancying Croatia as well to cause an upset there. On the other side of the bracket, Sweden, Ukraine, Ram.
I'm going to go with Ukraine on this one. I like their football. I think Ukraine will steal this one.
I want Ukraine to win as well. My head is probably saying Sweden because of the talent they have up top and the
Mm-hmm.
finishing ability they have. But I just like the way Ukraine play. So Ukraine for me.
Yep.
England, Germany, the big one.
Well, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say England because because I'm happy to say that Germany is not putting off a good show.
England,
So
England are very lucky. They're on the easiest side of the bracket, by the way. If they because Germany is
yeah,
not great as well defensively. If they get
yeah,
past Germany, look at that. They've got much easier teams there compared to the
yeah,
left-hand side bracket. So, but
yeah.
I think Germany will beat England. For me, Germany win that
Okay,
one. I'm not
fair
just
enough.
not been impressed with Gareth Southgate. Netherlands,
Yep.
Czech Republic. That's a good game actually.
I'll go with the Netherlands. I think they were just very impressive. We thought that they would not be able to cope, but they did so well. They won all 3 matches in the group stages. So yeah, I think they're going to win this one easily.
Yep, I agree with you, and I'm going to go with the Netherlands to win that one
Mhm,
as well. For me,
mhm.
they win that one as well against the Czech. Final game: Wales Denmark. Ram.
Denmark for me. Too much, a lot of heart involved, a lot of soul. Saw that against Russia. I think they can keep the ball better than Wales. So Denmark for me.
Yeah, for me, now that the brave hearts of Scotland are out, I'm backing Denmark. I think there's a lot of spirit in that team. It's such an emotional ride, and for what they have gone
Yep,
through, I want them to go far in the tournament. So for me, and
absolutely.
they play good football as well, which is nice to see. Very attacking.
Yep,
So for me,
yep,
Denmark to win that one as well.
yep.
Awesome, guys. Listen, it's been a great roundup of yesterday's results. We've put some predictions in for the knockout rounds as well. Stay tuned. We'll have something really interesting up tomorrow. Haven't we, Ram?
Absolutely, absolutely. Every single time, every single day, we got you covered with the Euros, and each day we try to bring you the best content possible. Of course, spice it up a little bit. What we can show you. We're looking forward to it as well, don't we, Harry?
Yes, exactly, exactly. So, guys, I mean, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, continue to support us, and also give us your thoughts on the games that are finished, the group of death, Group E as well. Who do you think is going to get through the knockout rounds, the second round of fixtures? And yeah, that's about it from us. Stay tuned to our episode tomorrow. You want to sign off, Ram?
Absolutely. Just before we sign off, if you can see our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages, do follow us as well. Of course, you can actually, follow us on those channels. And you know what? We are also new to TikTok, by the way. So if you guys are TikTokers out there, TikTokers out there,
Yep.
do follow our channel. We want to learn how to use that app very well. We're not really good at it, but
Yep.
let's see what we can do. So, having said that, Harry, it's been a pleasure having, of course, your thoughts and analysis of the games. It was so exciting. Let's look forward for tomorrow. Let's see what happens. In the meantime, signing off from the plot, Malaysia. This is the show for the
By the
fans.
fans. Euro,
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 Euro, Euro,
Euro,
Euro.
Euro,
Cheers,
Euro,
Ram.
Euro. Cheers, Harry. Cheers.
Cheers.
Absolutely.